Today, I'm reviewing the SoundPeats Air5 Pro TWS earbuds with LDAC and aptX and all that good stuff. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews, and that is the shiny white box for the Air5 Pro. Now, these are coming in at a price of $79 US, and they've got a bunch of nice functionality. Let's have a look at some of the features. So first of all, we've got Snapdragon sound. I don't even know where to go with that. How many people have got Snapdragon sound? I think it's only the Huawei phones that have that functionality. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you know anything about it. But anyway, apart from that, it's got LE audio, LDAC, aptX lossless. Nice. It's got a gaming mode. It's got obviously AI adaptive noise cancellations for up to supposedly minus 55 decibels of noise reduction. We've got a 10mm composite biodiaphragm driver in here. There are a total of 6 microphones with AI noise reduction again, up to 7.5 hours of playtime, 37.5 hours in total including the case, and we've got quick charge support, so a 10-minute charge will give you up to 2 hours of listening. Let's get the box out of the picture and bring in the case. And right off the bat, we've got a very classic SoundPeats style case, although this time they've adjusted the position of the hinge there, so this one opens up. Oh, I've got it upside down. Good me. Just like that. And this is actually pretty cool because if you've got big clumsy fingers like me, these are a breeze to put in and out, or take out and put in the case. So I appreciate that, and yeah, they feel nice and secure. They're magnetically snapped in place there, and that's the case. Just your Bluetooth pairing reset button there, your USB Type-C port for charging there, and then we've got the earbuds, and they look like that. So just your standard kind of stem earbud shape, but they look pretty mint with that SoundPeats logo on the side and a hint of sort of a bronze color, bronze panel going down the side there. And of course, they are super comfortable once you get the right ear tips. And as usual, I had to, SoundPeats, are you listening? Please give me some large ear tips, because that is what my ears consider a large ear tip. This is what SoundPeats considers a large ear tip, and you can see there is some, there's a bit of a difference there. So fortunately, these larger ear tips have no problem fitting into this case. So that being the case, see what I did there? I don't know why SoundPeats just can't add some more sizes or types of ear tips in the box, because without a good fit and a seal, you're going to have a pretty crappy audio experience, and even more so, you're going to get really poor ANC performance. So let me talk about that ANC performance right now, because it is pretty darn good. I think it is the best sub $100 ANC I've heard thus far. It's certainly the best ANC I've heard on a SoundPeats earbuds. It just works really, really well. It completely eliminates the sound of the air conditioner in my room, or fans if I've got a fan going. And there are some fancy different modes you can select as well. So first of all, there is adaptive noise cancellation, and that just uses the AI or algorithm, however it works, to figure it out by itself and apply the best setting. But if you want to do it manually, there's an indoor mode, there's an outdoor noise cancellation mode, and then there is a traffic mode as well. So that's pretty mint, gives you several options for your ANC. On top of that, of course, you get a transparent or pass-through mode that lets you hear things that are going on around you while still being able to enjoy your music. So while we're here, I'll give you a quick look at some of the apps. So this is the main screen where you can choose your ANC modes, and then from there you can choose specifically which ANC mode. Then you've got double device or multi-point connection. You can enable that. I don't think that works when LDAC is on. I've got LDAC enabled. Then you can disable the touch controls. You can customize the keys, so that is really nice. You can, customize the single click and double click and triple click, all those things. I love that. There's a low latency game mode. I haven't really done much gaming on these, but I've had good experience with SoundPeats earbuds in the past, so I didn't need to really check that. Let's look at the EQ options. So there are 4 preset options: SoundPeats Classic, Bass Boost, Treble Boost, and Bass Reduce. Even in Bass Reduce mode, the bass is pretty hard hitting on these, I'll say that now. But you can add a custom 10-band EQ. There's a pretty cool earbud fit test as well. So if you are not really experienced with earbuds and silicone ear tips, if you're coming from the Apple ecosystem, you might not be familiar. But anyway, this is a good way to check if you are getting a good fit and a good nice seal, because like I said, if you're not, then the noise cancellation won't work as well as it can, and the audio definitely will not sound as good as it does, or as it should. They have a Find Earbuds feature too, so you can click that, and you probably can't hear it. I might put one up to the mic. And they make those little pingy sounds, so if you've lost them in the sofa or something, that's a great way to find them. So anyway, they do all that stuff, and they do it really well. And like all SoundPeats Bluetooth earphones, TWS earphones, the stability and reliability are just excellent. Really easy to pairing, really stable connection. I just realized I said easy to pairing, I meant really easy to pair, and a really stable connection, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff with these. They connect super fast too. Like, I can't even get them out of the case and in my ears before they are connected to my phone. That's how fast it is. And by the way, these have an IPX rating of 5, which means you don't have to worry about being out caught in the rain or sweating while you're using these. You'll be fine. And one more thing before we talk about the audio quality, let's talk about those microphones and the call quality. I'll give you an example here.
By 6000 BC, Greater Australia is no more. 1/7 of its land, about 2.5 million square kilometres, has been drowned by the sea. Tasmania, once a southern peninsula, is now an island whose Aborigines have lost all contact with those on the mainland.
So as usual, the microphones sound really pretty darn good. Definitely serviceable for calls and Zoom meetings or all that. And of course, great if you need to chat with your mates while you are doing any gaming. But let's talk about the sound now. And the Air5 Pro, pretty bassy, I must say. But it's a good kind of bass. It is a solid kind of bass. Well controlled, not boomy, but it does hit pretty hard. I would say these are, you could almost call these a bass head TWS earbud, because the bass does hit hard in both the mid bass and the sub bass. Pretty impressive stuff. Now, of course, if that bass is too much for your preference, you can reduce it using the bass reduce preset EQ, or using a custom EQ. You can suck it right out if you wish. Personally, I found the SoundPeats Classic EQ mode a bit too much, a bit overpowering, but the bass reduce mode works well for me. Still heaps of kick there, so they're definitely a fun sounding set. They're not going in the list for neutrality. However, they do sound nice and clear. They've got excellent clarity, good articulation for vocals and instruments, and the resolution of these is very good. So the mid-range is nice and upfront. It is rich and saturated, but it doesn't sound muddy. It doesn't sound veiled at all. And most importantly, those vocals and mid-range instruments don't sound recessed in any way. And naturally, the treble on these is nice and smooth. You don't have to worry about sharpness or sibilance. Yet at the same time, there is plenty of energy in the highs, and it is enough to counterbalance that pretty hefty bass they've got going on. So the overall tonal balance works really nicely. But like I said, if you're hunting for neutrality, you'll have to seek alternatives. But if you just want a fun, really high quality sound with good resolution, then these are definitely worth considering. I personally think that this is the best sounding SoundPeats earbuds that I've tested so far. I don't know whether it's an updated driver or just they've improved the acoustic chamber within the earbuds, but everything just sounds good. Really high quality, especially if you are using LDAC or aptX. So really nothing to complain about at all. Probably, definitely in the top 3 of sub $100 earbuds that I've tested in terms of sound. The other ones would be like the Rose's Elsa i5 Free or the Ceramics X, pretty similar. And then there are things like the Final ZE3000s here, which have very limited functionality but fantastic sound. More of an audiophile tuning with less bass, a leaner and more spacious sound profile. But let's do a quick comparison with the Rose's Elsa what are they called? The Ear Free. And the cases are kind of similar in mass, but the SoundPeats case is definitely a bit easier to pocket thanks to its round edges and egg shape. I'll give you a look at the earbuds side by side. My phone's probably going to freak out and get confused, but yeah, I love the color. I love that gray color of the Ear Frees. Very similar in style and comfort. And again, I've got some custom ear tips on here because none of these brands, only one Bluetooth earphone brand has provided ear tips of proper size for my ears, which are freakishly large, and that would be the Noble Audio Focus Rex 5 or just Rex. Yeah, those ones anyway. Functionality wise, they are roughly the same. I think the SoundPeats has a couple more extra options, like being able to remap the touch controls and having those extra A and C modes. But for audio quality, it's a tough one because they are both really, really good. I think I would give the edge to the SoundPeats Air5 Pro. Although they do have more bass emphasis. Like I said, you can reduce that with a preset or custom EQ. The Ear Free and Rose's Elsa TWS earbuds also have sound profiles, so you can change them up. But in general, the Ear Free has a slightly leaner sound signature. Not quite as hard in the bass, although it's pretty close. But I think the resolution and just the overall control is slightly better on the Air5 Pro here. I think most people would be happy with either one. They are both outstanding for, less than $100 each. But yeah, that's, either way, they are great. But the Air5 Pro here, I forgot to mention, one feature that is missing as far as I can tell from here is the in-ear sensors. So, when you've got these in your ears and you take one out, the music playback will stop automatically and resume automatically when you put it back in your ear. That's missing from here. And since I've had a few earbuds that have that feature, I really miss it nowadays when it's not there. It's not really a big deal, but it's just something that I wish were there, especially when we are, the $89 price point, getting close to that $100 mark. I think they could add it, especially when SoundPeats has had models that included that feature before, so I don't know why they're not adding it to all of them now. But anyway, guys, that's the SoundPeats Air5 Pro. I think these are, one of the best sub $100 earbuds you can get at the moment. They have all the functionality, good battery life, great sound quality, And I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, Par Family Audiophile style. If you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button before you go. And until next time, I'll see you later.